What is up, everybody? This is Steven and I'm here for another keto video, and I'm gonna talk to you about why and how I use ketogenic diet and intermittent fasting in one whole system. Now, first and foremost, before we proceed to the video, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please subscribe to this channel. I do make keto vlogs, keto videos, recipes, what have you. And yeah, please let me also know in the comments below what you want to know more about ketogenic diet. I know a lot of you have been asking how to start keto diet. I've had a few videos about that as well. So please check out the channel, subscribe, and please click the bell icon so that you'll be notified whenever a new keto vlog or another video from my channel is up online. Now that we're here, I'm gonna talk to you about intermittent fasting and ketogenic diets. First, let's talk about ketogenic diet. The essence of ketogenic diet is to have high fat, moderate protein, and and I say very, very low carbs. I'm not saying zero carbs, okay? But we wanna teach our body how to live and use the fuel, which is fat. Because our bodies naturally, and for the longest time, since time immemorial, well, technically not ever since in ancient times or in the prehistoric times, because our bodies now are running on glucose. Carbohydrates turn to sugar, refined carbohydrates turn to sugar, digested to sugar, and then that's what our body runs on as fuel. In the ketogenic diet, we want to teach, and I say the word is teach. We want to train and teach and suggest to our body and that fat is a better alternative, and it can run actually on fat, which is the ketosis. The moment your liver, your body digests the fat molecules and turns them into fuel, that is what you call ketosis, right? Roughly said, that's it. Before I move on, I'm not a medical doctor, I'm not a nutritionist, I'm not a dietitian. I'm just a person who was, in love with ketogenic diet, and I've had I've had results, and I've had friends who had results. That's why I'm really passionate about this diet. So anyway, moving on. So technically, when you run on fat, you basically don't get hungry as much anymore. Backtrack a bit. When you run on glucose, the reason, especially Filipinos, if you're Filipino, you can relate with this, but of course Italian as well, and even Americans, a lot of people, whether rice, pasta, or bread, most people love carbs, right? And even in my Samsung app, the S Health, Samsung Health, it suggests, and I tell you, it suggests for the diet that I take 55% of carbs, which is very, very, very a far cry from what keto suggests, or what ketogenic diet says, which is you have carbs only 5 to 10% of your total meal for the day, and you can have 60 to 70% of fat as your total fat intake for the day, and 25 to 30% of protein, which is moderate. You still eat protein, but not a lot of protein. Okay, are you following me? Okay, so when you run on glucose, the reason why we get, after you've eaten a meal, your body will digest the carbs and turn them into glucose, and that's what our body will run on fuel. So that's why we have energy, that's why we can work, and our body and our brain can work, and whatever, everything that our body needs is because of our fuel, which is the carbs. Now, what happens during the ketogenic diet is you wanna lower the carbs, but also up your fat. Okay, so the reason why I love the ketogenic diet is because you don't have to have a calorie deficit. You just have to change the components a bit, not a bit, but a lot. Okay, so you really turn down really to a very low carbs, and then up your fat. And that is why when you will be running on a ketogenic diet, you won't be hungry as much. Why? Especially if you're bigger to begin with, you have a lot of body fat. And when I say ketogenic diet, the ketogenic diet will help digest your dietary fat, the fat you're taking in, the 60 to 70% of fat, and also the fat that is already in your body. Now, this is very critical for you to listen. Please listen to this. The reason why when you will be on the ketosis, you won't get hungry as much. Why? Because after you've eaten the fat, and maybe your body will digest that as fuel, turn into ketones. After the body uses that, and once it has adapted to the fat, to the ketogenic diet, once it has adapted, very critical guys, please listen to this. After your body says, oh, okay, I love fat, fat is better, fat is actually cleaner, the doctors are saying. So after that, once it has already digested the dietary fat, and then we'll say, okay, so what next? I need more fuel. It will naturally then go to your body fat and digest that as fuel, hence the weight loss. Are you getting this? I hope that you are now connecting, and now that's also the reason why we don't get hungry as much, because our bodies are saying, okay, I'm hungry, oh, but okay, there's so fat here, and that is why it's natural to lose weight when you are on a ketogenic diet. So that is why intermittent fasting for me works well with the ketogenic diet. And for me, I really believe this because I've already experienced this. The ketogenic diet gradually or eventually progresses to keto plus intermittent fasting. So now let's go to intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting basically is fasting, and instead of eating a lot of food, meals within the day, you only eat at certain points of eating windows. So other people have 3 times a day without snacks, please, without snacks. So breakfast, lunch, dinner. Other people could go with lunch and dinner, and other people could go with only 1 meal per day. I now am able to go with 1 meal per day, but I don't because my wife is gonna kill me. Okay, so she's just so concerned about my eating habits. So that's why, for her sake and for her peace of mind, I really eat lunch and dinner. But to be honest with you, the reason why I can go with only coffee, of course, you know, when you're fasting, this is also a misconception. A lot of people think that when you're fasting, you really have to not eat anything, but that is wrong. You can take but very, very specific foods, right? Or liquids. You can take water, tea, or coffee. For me, I take the bulletproof coffee, which I already showed you in the other videos. If you haven't seen that video, please watch that video. I made a bulletproof coffee manual way, and also with a blender. So the blender works fine for me now. I use the blender now, it's faster, and you really get the froth which I was looking for when I was doing the manual. So anyway, the reason why I use keto plus intermittent fasting is because naturally I don't get hungry anymore as much as before. So for example, and I actually use a 6-hour window of eating or 8-hour window of eating. So that's just it, you know. So but only twice a day. I only eat twice a day, and most of the times the first meal is actually a very light meal, and the second meal will be my heavy meal, which is during dinner, after the feast, after meetings. And you know, when I'm at home and I make my meals, or I buy something from the store and, you know, eat my meals. Basically fat laden meal and protein, whatever. So in the morning, usually people eat during breakfast at 6 or 8 a.m., right? But I don't eat. I wake up in the morning, and then like around 9, 10, and then I eat around 2. My first meal will be 2, and then after that, put 6. My last meal will be 8 or 9, depending on the availability, depending on where I am at that point. Okay. But there are times when after I eat a heavy meal the night prior, I wake up, I just drink bulletproof coffee and some water and what have you, and then I eat at around 6. Twice, I've already done that twice in 2 consecutive days. I ate at 6 p.m. and I eat a lot, like you guys, I eat a lot during the meals. A lot of people, because you're so used to the calorie deficit of all the other kinds of diet that we have been taught. But in ketogenic diet, you don't have to lower your calories, just the calories that you need to maintain your weight. But because of whatever thing, the ketogenic diet, the keto magic, as I usually think about it now, the keto magic, it does help you lose weight. And I'm now in my, because I started 170 pounds, I'm now currently 134 pounds. So I lost 36 pounds. And even if I eat whatever, because frankly, when we went to Singapore, I was able to, because of all the schedules that we had to go through, I had to break my diet. And now, a week after, I'm still 134, 135. You know, I'm in that plateau level. I don't want to go down anymore, because I really want to bulk up now, and then hopefully add some muscle on my shoulders, whatever, all the right parts of my body, So yeah, that's the reason why I maintain a keto intermittent fasting kind of diet. And again, it's a natural progression. I did not force this. Okay, you guys? So I hope that you learned something from my rant about ketogenic diet and the intermittent fasting. But you can do either one only. You can do only a ketogenic diet. You can eat 3 times a day, like at specific times of the day. But I tell you, if you are really doing keto, the ketogenic diet, you will naturally progress to intermittent fasting, because you won't get hungry as much. And one rule in ketogenic diet, only eat when you are hungry. Don't eat at a specific time of the day because you were told that you need to eat at 12, you need to eat at 6 a.m, 12 lunch, and then 6 p.m. No, only eat when you are hungry. Okay guys, so that's it for this video. I hope that you like. Again, if you haven't subscribed to this channel and you want to be part of this community, the Steve and Nellas community, and you're welcome to join, okay? And you can suggest things. Please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, and please don't forget to click the bell icon so that you will be notified when another video is up. So I hope that you like this, you guys, and again, please comment, interact with me. Have you started keto? What other questions do you want me to answer for keto? And yeah, that's it, and see you. Bye bye. God bless.